Hello, Pisces Power people. Welcome back to Pisces Power Tarot, a channel created by a Pisces for Pisces of all placements, as well as cross watchers who care about a Pisces in their lives. I am so grateful that you have come back to this community, and I hope that if you haven't subscribed that you will. I am trying to build a very rich, deep, and meaningful community of Piscean people and people who care about Pisces. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Today I'm going to be using the Empathic Oracle to get us started. This is a great deck for people who are extrasensory, who are empaths. And if you are a Pisces or you know a Pisces, you know typically we are empathic. We're a very sensing kind of a sign, okay? And then we will follow the Heaven and Earth Tarot and see what wisdom it has to offer. Beautiful imagery here. And I have that. I do adore this deck, by the way. I'm not going to use it in this reading. I'm going to use Moonology Oracle to close us out. Moonology is super great for speaking to timelines and stuck energy, and it's just a really great way to close out these readings. Awesome. Let's go ahead and get started. Now, just so you're aware, this is a general reading, but I do offer one-to-one readings. I adore connecting with my community here, and if you would like a one-to-one reading, you can reach me at piscespowerreadings@gmail.com. All right, let's give these beautiful little cards a shuffle. And just so you're also aware of my reading style, I am an intuitive reader. I do channeled messages from Spirit, and I typically will not take jumper cards unless I am directed to do so. And I typically do not read reversals. That's just a personal preference. All right, let's give these another shuffle. I hope that you all are doing super, super well. I hope that whenever this message finds you, that you are gearing up for greatness. I'm believing that for every single person who watches this channel. That is the crux of this channel. It is very important to me that you succeed and that you prosper. And so that is why I do what I do. All right. Now, let's see what we've got. How does Spirit want us to get started? 24. The moon. Look how pretty that is. Isn't that a gorgeous card? I think being water signs, particularly water signs, the moon is very powerful for us, okay? It is a gorgeous luminary, if you will, and definitely a guiding force, I think, for the lives, especially of water signs. Now, I am not going to speak to just yet what this signifying energy could be leading to. I've not received any downloads yet, so I'm just going to hold off for now. But what I'm going to do here is get started with the Heaven and Earth Tarot. And what I do is a straight 5-card spread. And I do it based on the 5 gates or the 5 senses. If you are extrasensory, you know we have way more than 5 senses. And being an empath, those 5 senses can sometimes just get super overwhelmed because we are picking up constantly the energy of the people that we're around. So that can be your friends, your family, any of your loved ones. That can be in public places. You can pick up the energy of strangers, okay? And because of that, a lot of Piscean people, empathic people, will struggle with certain mental health and emotional health issues. I certainly have. But when you learn how to control the information that is assaulting the gates, you can really begin to operate in your empathic gifting as a blessing, and it won't feel like a curse. Because sometimes it can be pretty heavy, pretty overwhelming. Am I right? Or am I right? All right, I'm going to give these one more shuffle. All right. Let's go ahead and get started with our 5 gates. Touch. Spirit, what does my Pisces need to get their hands on? Taste. What does my Pisces people have a taste for? Smell. What's in the air for my Pisces? Hearing. What does my Pisces need to hear, Spirit? And finally, see. What does my Pisces need to see, Spirit? All right, let's get started. Starting off with the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, here come the downloads, my friends. So the Wheel of Fortune is all about cycles, okay? The moon operates in cycles. And perhaps you've been feeling a little out of balance lately, Pisces, or maybe your significant other, if you're a cross watcher, or the person you care about is why you're watching a Pisces channel. Maybe they seem a little off, out of balance. Maybe they're not hitting on all cylinders and they just kind of seem out of balance, a little shook up, and you just really want to know how to tend to them in the ways that will serve them the greatest. So because this is major arcana, this also means that we need to pay extra attention to this particular cycle change, because major arcana address karmic events on our timelines, okay? And so there maybe has been this shakeup. Maybe you feel a little bit disoriented, okay? When the wheel is spinning, you're spinning, and that can feel very disorienting. Maybe things are changing quickly in your life and you're feeling overwhelmed. Okay, I have to tell you right now what Spirit just wanted me to relay. You see these 4 signs here on the cards. Spirit is saying, in order to orient yourself, to call on the 4 corners of the earth, to ground yourself. Earth, wind, water, fire. Call on those sources. Find grounding within those elements, okay? And really just try to kind of hunker down and ground down into the elements. This probably means you need to get outdoors if that's possible. If not, I highly encourage you to watch nature channels, okay? Watch something with wildlife, with oceans and mountains and rainforests, and allow your mind to drift in the imagery of the elements. This is going to be super, super important for you, Pisces. I feel like Spirit is wanting you to concentrate on things that are much bigger than yourself, that are peaceful, that speak to the sovereignty of cycles, okay? The elements operate in cycles, okay? So just hang on to this information, tuck it away. I also encourage you to like this video, to save it, because I feel like you're going to need to reference it as you're going through this disorienting cycle. Ultimately, what's going to happen here, Pisces, is the wheel will not always spin, okay? It will pause for a moment. It may pause for longer than a moment, but there will come a stopping point where you can be like, okay, I'm getting off the wheel and it's time for mama to relax. It's time for daddy to relax. Sister need to relax, okay? This is what I have to do. I'm so glad the wheel has stopped. So Spirit wants you to know that time is coming, but until that moment comes for you to be able to pause and get off the wheel, immerse yourself in the elements and get grounded. All right, what do we got next, Spirit? What does my Pisces have a taste for? Well, look, Pisces, this is the 9 of Swords. You are indeed very, very worried. Okay, but listen, because this is swords, this is an air element, and so this means there's a lot of mental duress going on. You're not sleeping at night. You're feeling very vulnerable. We see this figure is likely naked. All right. And so they're in this place where they're naked. They have nothing but a sheet barely covering them. And 9 long swords are just hovering, waiting to fall on them. Right. And so you're sensing this danger. But what Spirit's wanting you to know is a lot of this is in your mind. Okay. And you are your own worst enemy. You are obsessing over what could go wrong instead of looking at what could go right. All right. Spirit doesn't want you in this worrying energy because it's only going to perpetuate the distress. It's only going to perpetuate the feeling of unease. And that is not for your highest good. You don't deserve to feel uneasy, Pisces. You do not deserve to be losing sleep, okay, over things that might not even happen and probably won't happen, okay? So hang on to that, Pisces. That is not the will of Spirit for you. That is not the universe's highest good for you. That's not what your angels and your archangels want to see for you, okay? They care about you and they want you to know to tend to the area of your mind, and you've got this worrying taste in your mouth. Get a taste for something other than worry, okay? I feel like that's just like words of wisdom for you. Word to the wise, my Pisces. Get a taste. Chew on things that taste good, in other words. Chew on things that taste good. I'm using a little bit of dynamic wordplay here. I hope that that's conveying in this message. But yeah, find things to chew on that bring you delight. Hence the reason I think I just told you to check out the nature channels, nature shows. All right, what do we have next, Spirit? What's in the air for my Pisces? What are they getting a whiff of, a smell of? Knight of Wands. Whew. Look at this fiery knight. Isn't that just, I love this card. It just exudes power and stamina, endurance, strength, okay? Passion, creativity, exuberance, all right? And so what you have a smell for, what's in the air, is you can just sense that there is this creative part of you that is going to break you out of this dizzying cycle of the Wheel of Fortune, okay? You feel like, or maybe you wonder if leaning into your creativity will bring you the outcome that you desire, okay, that you deserve. And I want you to take this as a heck yes. Take this as a yes, my Pisces. It absolutely will. And what Spirit is saying, not only do I want you to lean into your passion and creativity, I want you to be like a man on fire. I want you to be like a woman on fire. Do you hear me, Pisces? I want you not just to lean into it. I want you to get on your horse and I want you to pull the reins, light your torch, and take off in a blaze of glory, because your creativity is salvific for the situation that you are finding yourself in right now, Pisces. Now, I'm not sure if you can tell this or not, but I am channeling, okay? This is super important. I want you to hang on to this. You're going to take off once you get, see, he is on top of the horse. In other words, he is controlling the reins. Do not allow your creativity to just be some passive thing, some kind of a side hustle that has very little priority in your life. Spirit is saying, take the reins of that baby. Take the reins and get control of your creative endeavors. Let them be the fuel for the fire of your passion and your desire. And you take off and you ride in the direction of your dreams. Whew, my goodness, do I ever have cold chills. If you got cold chills listening to that channeled message, drop in the comments and let me know, or like, or subscribe if you haven't done that already. All right. Spirit, what does my Pisces need to hear? 3 of Swords. The heartbreak. This is going to lead you out of heartbreak, okay? This is more swords. This is more swords. We see that passion is right sandwiched in the middle of the mental distress and the heartbreak. The answer to your heartbreak, the answer to your stress is getting in control, taking the reins of your creativity and going for it with everything you have inside you. I want you to do this like tomorrow may never come. That's the energy that is surrounding this, okay? Not saying tomorrow's not going to come, so please don't take it that way. But because this is nothing but pure empowerment, pure encouragement. And I don't even know who all's going to be watching this, obviously, unless, of course, you reach out to me. But what I'm saying is every person who watches this, I just feel like this is everyone's message. I know that the general message is you just take what resonates and leave what does not. But I know as Pisces people, we are creative, okay? We are so creative. We're very dreamy. We're very metaphorical and gifted. And this is your message. All right, perfect. Spirit, thank you for showing me what my Pisces needs to see. Ace of Cups. Oh, look what this has led to, okay? We have gone from dizzying disorientation on the wheel of fortune. We have addressed the unnecessary mental worry. We have been given direction to get on a horse and ride right into the direction of our dreams with our passions and our creative abilities. And we have been shown that doing so will get us out of this heartbreak and this heartache that some of you might be experiencing. And what it's going to lead to, what you need to see, my Pisces, is that a new beginning is at hand. And this is a new beginning in the area of your emotions, because this is a water sign energy. This is cups, the suit of water, the suit of emotions. Pisces, what you're about to come into is greater than you could have ever hoped, dreamed, thought of, or imagined. You're going to feel really, really good, my Pisces. You're going to have so much peace. It's going to be like a river. You see all this water just overflowing like a fountain. Peace like a river. Peace like an ocean, okay? Yeah, it's just, I can feel the energy of it. It's kind of hard to convey with words, but when I say peace like a river, I'm talking about a depth that is unsoundable. A peace that is so deep and so calm and so yours that it's unshakable. And I just heard Spirit say this peace is your birthright. This peace is your inheritance. This is something you deserve, okay? I want you to grab hold of that, Pisces. If you're watching for a Pisces, I want you to encourage your Pisces. Maybe share this video with them and say, hey, look, I know that you're in this weird place of cycling and you're worried, you're up late worrying, but you're such a creative person. I believe in you. You've got gifts and talents and skills and abilities that are amazing, and you're just, if you could just break free from the heartache, what's distressing you, I know you're coming to a new beginning. I know it. Encourage your Pisces person this way, okay? And share this video with them. Oh my goodness. What a reading, Pisces. I feel like when I finish this reading, I literally feel like I could just take a few laps around my apartment. That's what the energy feels like. It's amazing. All right, now let's go ahead and close out with Moonology, Spirit. And let's see what Spirit wants to address as we close out. Now, I do offer personalized readings, my Pisces. If you would like to connect, you can reach me at piscespowerreadings@gmail.com. That's piscespowerreadings@gmail.com. Spirit, how should we close out? What Moonology Oracle card do you have for us? What is the message that you want the Piscean collective to have. I am so excited. If you haven't liked, if you haven't shared or subscribed, I truly hope you will. It would be a tremendous blessing for me since I'm trying to grow my channel. I want to grow a community of people who are connected deeply, you know, not just some shallow social media kind of a thing, but, you know, like a support system, people of like minds, okay? If you know, unless you're a Pisces, you just about can't understand a Pisces because we are literally all 12 signs in one, okay? And I think sometimes that's why if you are a Pisces, you don't feel like you're easy to relate to. That's been my experience anyway, but I've had a lot of trauma as well, so I'm sure that factors into there. But yeah, absolutely, I do believe that being a Piscean person, because we have all 12 of the signs within us, that it can make it hard to relate to us. All right, Spirit, what have we got here? How are we going to close out, Spirit? Balance, spirituality, and practicality. Full moon in Pisces with the moon card that got us started. I love it when stuff like that happens. That's just more confirmation that we are on the right track here, Pisces. All right, so this I feel like right here, like we talked about, the Wheel of Fortune being so disorienting sometimes. And I think that's what's going on. You're in this topsy-turvy kind of an energy, this cycle. You don't know where you're going. You don't know if you're coming or going, like what's going on. And you're trying to balance spirituality and practicality, okay? And we've been receiving messages from Spirit. And I feel like what you have been doing, Pisces, the reason you're feeling so disoriented is because you've been focusing on the practicality and not prioritizing the spirituality, not prioritizing the creativity. You've been leaning on the logical and you've been adhering to the practical. And Spirit is saying, hey, Pisces, listen to me. That's, you know, there's no shame in doing what you've been doing, but that no longer is serving you, okay? That's not going to work for going into the next chapter of your life. You really need to balance things out and don't feel guilty about leaning into spirituality and leaning into creativity more, okay? You've been putting it off for far too long anyway, all right? And I feel like that is a very super important that Spirit wants you to hear. And Spirit is also saying, you know, this isn't just important for you, but Spirit loves you so much. It's important to Spirit. It's important to the universe. God wants to see you leaning into your spirituality and your creativity, okay? And stop neglecting those parts of yourself. If you neglect them for, you know, over a period of time, they'll shut down and then you won't have that to tap into, even whenever you're coming across like hard times or whatever. You won't be able to access those areas within yourself as easily if you keep stuffing them down. And those areas are so great. Spirituality and creativity are so therapeutic whenever we're going through hard times, okay? So they're super important. Even if you don't follow this out, if for no other reason, you need to hone these things and lean into them for yourself, for your mental health and your emotional health, okay? Maybe even your spiritual health, who knows? But yeah, that's what I've got, Pisces. Thank you for being here. I hope that you will like this video and subscribe and share, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out, Pisces.